They say envy is like a fire. It burns the one who holds it and everything around them. My name is Kofi, and I come from a small village nestled by the river. Life in our village was peaceful, or so it seemed. Everyone had their role. Some farmed, some fished, and others traded goods at the market. But no one shone brighter than my best friend, Kojo. Kojo was the kind of man everyone admired. He was strong, clever, and always seemed to succeed at whatever he tried. He had the best crops, the biggest fish, and the admiration of the entire village. While I was happy for him at first, a seed of envy began to grow inside me. Why did everything come so easily to him, while I struggled just to get by? One day, as we fished by the river, Kojo pulled in the biggest catch I had ever seen. The villagers cheered as he carried it home. I smiled on the outside, but inside, I was boiling. That night, I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was how unfair it was. I deserved that success, not him. The next morning, I made a decision. If the world wouldn't give me what I wanted, I would take it. I began to spread whispers around the village. Have you noticed how Kojo's crops are always bigger than everyone else's? I said to one neighbor. Don't you think it's strange how he catches so many fish while the rest of us go home empty-handed? The whispers grew, spreading like smoke through the village. People began to look at Kojo with suspicion. Some said he used charms. Others claimed he had made a deal with dark spirits. Kojo, unaware of the rumors, continued his work, but the warmth he once received from the villagers turned cold. One evening, as Kojo and I walked home from the river, he asked me, Kofi, do you feel like something has changed? The villagers barely speak to me anymore. I shrugged, feigning ignorance. Maybe they're just jealous of your success. He smiled sadly. I've worked hard, but I'd never meant to outshine anyone. I only wanted to provide for the village. For you, my brother. His words cut me deeper than I expected, but the envy inside me wouldn't let go. It had taken root, and I couldn't stop now. The next morning, I followed Kojo to his farm. Hiding behind a tree, I watched as he tilled his land. That's when I saw it, a small pouch tied to his waist. My mind raced. What if that pouch was his secret? What if he held the charms or spells that gave him his success? When Kojo left his farm to fetch water, I crept into his field and snatched the pouch. My heart pounded as I opened it, expecting to find some magical object, but all it contained was seeds. Ordinary seeds. Confused, I returned to the village, the pouch still in my hand. That's when I heard the shouting. A group of villagers had gathered near Kojo's farm. His crops were burning, flames licking the sky. Someone had set fire to his fields. Kojo arrived, his face a mask of horror. Who did this? He cried. The villagers avoided his gaze, but I couldn't look away. The fire I had lit with my words had consumed everything he had worked for. Kojo turned to me, his eyes filled with pain. Why, Kofi? Why would you do this? I opened my mouth to deny it, but no words came. He knew. Somehow, he knew. I had let my envy destroy not just him, but the bond we had shared. Kojo left the village that day, and I was left behind to face the shame of what I had done. The villagers avoided me, just as they had avoided him. I had wanted his success, but all I had gained was emptiness. Now, when I see someone prosper, I remember Kojo and the lesson I learned too late. Envy doesn't lift you up. It only drags you down.